Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, I just need to ask you one thing real quick. Have you ever imagined what would happen if Park Jimin, the absolute dance machine of BTS whose every move leaves people completely speechless, was suddenly asked to become a dance instructor for a group of comedians who have, let's be honest, absolutely zero dance talent whatsoever? Does that already sound funny to you? Well, it turns out it's not just funny. It's absolutely hilarious, surprisingly heartwarming, and genuinely adorable, all packed into one short video that the entire internet couldn't stop talking about. In this video, we're going to break down the complete story behind Jimin's viral moment that shook every corner of social media, starting in late March 2026. We'll talk about how it all started, the exact moments of pure chaos that unfolded, what Jimin did that made everyone lose their minds, and the absolutely wild reactions from netizens all around the world. Everything is here. So make sure you're ready to smile, ready to laugh, and maybe just a little bit ready to feel your heart melt. Let's get into it. Okay, for anyone who's new to the K-pop world or just recently discovered BTS, let me give you a little bit of context first, because it really matters for understanding why this moment hit so differently. Park Jimin is one of the 7 members of BTS, the South Korean boy group that has genuinely changed the face of the global music industry. But beyond just being part of the biggest act in the world, Jimin is specifically recognized as one of the greatest dancers of his generation. And that's not an exaggeration. Before his debut, Jimin trained in contemporary dance at Busan High School of Arts, and his combination of technical precision with deep emotional expression has always set him apart from practically every other performer in the industry. You've seen Black Swan, right? Or Serendipity? How about Filter? Every single one of those performances is proof that Jimin isn't just a dancer. He's a movement artist who can make every single step tell its own story. The way he controls his body, the way he transitions between sharp and fluid movements, the way his facial expressions sync perfectly with every beat. It's genuinely something that even professional dance critics have praised repeatedly. So now, with all of that in mind, can you imagine how wonderfully absurd it would be to put this incredibly precise and dedicated performer into a situation where dance is completely out of control? A situation where no amount of technique or preparation could save him from pure, beautiful chaos? That's exactly what happened on March 24th, 2026. A skit video was uploaded to comedian Lee Soo-ji's YouTube channel called Hot Issue G, where Jimin played the role of a social dance academy owner. And that's where everything gloriously fell apart. Now let's get into the actual video, because this is where things get really good. For anyone who hasn't watched it yet, don't worry. I'm going to describe it in as much detail as possible so you can feel every single moment of it. In the skit, Lee Soo-ji appeared as her alter ego, a veteran hairstylist character named Seo Youngja, which immediately set up the most hilariously mismatched scenario imaginable. A hairstylist walks into a dance class. That's already comedy gold before anyone even takes a single step. Jimin jumped right into the role play, confidently introducing himself as the owner of a social dance academy. The two then exchanged a series of genuinely witty lines, with wordplay sharp enough that Jimin himself kept struggling to hold back laughter. Picture that for a second. Park Jimin, who on a BTS stage usually carries this magnetic, almost untouchable charismatic energy, is here trying to maintain the composure of a serious dance academy owner while clearly cracking up at the absurdity of everything happening around him. It's the kind of thing that makes you feel like you're seeing a completely different, and somehow even more lovable, side of him. Dressed in a sleek black shirt and flashing his signature gentle smile, Jimin effortlessly blended his idol image with natural humor, creating a memorable on-screen presence that felt completely authentic from the very first second. But here's the thing, that was just the warm-up. Because what came next turned the whole thing up to 11. The dynamic shifted completely when comedians Lee Soo-ji and Lee Hyun-young, along with actress Kim Ji-soon, joined the dance lesson. What had started as a relatively straightforward dance tutorial almost instantly transformed into a full-blown comedic spectacle, complete with exaggerated movements and completely unexpected physical comedy. Think about what that means in practice. You have Jimin, a man who has literally spent his entire career perfecting the art of coordinated, intentional, meaningful movement, now surrounded by people whose entire job is to make things as unpredictable and chaotic as possible. It's basically the world's greatest chess player being asked to play in a game where someone keeps flipping the board. And somehow, that makes it even more compelling to watch. Now, this is the moment that the entire internet lost its collective mind, and honestly, once you hear about it, you'll completely understand why. While Jimin was calmly demonstrating the basic steps of the dance, Lee Soo-ji suddenly swooped in and lifted Jimin in a dramatic princess carry, completely catching him off guard and leaving him visibly flustered in the most endearing way possible. Let that sink in. Park Jimin, the global idol, suddenly being scooped up like a fairy tale princess by a comedian in the middle of what was supposed to be a professional dance lesson. The look on his face in that moment, a mixture of genuine shock, barely contained embarrassment, and the pure inability to stop smiling, became one of the most shared images across social media within hours. Jimin played along with the moment like a true sport, but when he later attempted to return the gesture himself, the obvious size difference between them prompted everyone else on set to immediately step in and intervene. And there it is, the perfect comedic payoff. Jimin, who at the time weighed 59.7 kilograms as he himself would reveal the very next day, trying to princess carry someone significantly larger than himself, only to be gently but firmly stopped by the entire production crew, who were probably screaming internally. It's the kind of physical comedy that you simply could not write any better if you tried. Jimin, visibly flustered yet clearly amused, tried to regain some control of the situation by joking, "Is it supposed to turn like this?" But the fun chaos just kept building, with cast members shouting humorous remarks and fully committing to turning what remained of the dance class into an all-out comedy skit. What makes this sequence so special beyond just being funny is that you can tell Jimin genuinely wanted to be there. This wasn't a reluctant celebrity appearance. This wasn't a polished PR moment designed to make someone look more relatable. You could see it in his eyes and in his laughter. This was a person who was having a truly good time, in a genuinely unexpected situation, surrounded by genuinely funny people, and just letting himself be fully present in all of it. Beyond the physical comedy, the verbal exchanges throughout the video were just as entertaining in their own way. The two traded witty dialogue that had Jimin fighting to keep a straight face, and he added to the fun by casually claiming he had learned dance in the US and Europe in the most deadpan way before suddenly performing choreography from BTS's new song Swim, which, naturally, completely delighted everyone watching. That contrast right there is what separates this video from just being a random celebrity comedy clip. Because one moment Jimin is getting princess carried and laughing at wordplay, and then the very next moment he drops into the choreography of Swim, and you're suddenly reminded, oh right, this is Park Jimin. This is one of the most gifted performers on the planet. The whiplash from chaotic comedy to jaw-dropping artistry happening in the same short video is something you genuinely have to experience to fully appreciate. Now let's talk about the reaction, because this is where things got truly extraordinary. Within hours of the video going live on March 24th, clips were spreading across every platform imaginable. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Everywhere you looked, someone was sharing a moment from the video with a caption that was either completely losing it with laughter or expressing some variation of, "I can't handle how much I love this person." Some of the most widely shared comments included things like, "Why is BTS working this hard again? I cannot even begin to imagine what chain of decisions led Jimin to this moment. And whoever sent Jimin into this chaos. I'm crying." That last one, "I'm crying," became something of a recurring theme in the comment sections across every platform where the video was shared. And the thing is, when people said they were crying, they weren't sad. They were crying from laughing too hard, and crying from the overwhelming affection of watching someone they deeply admire being so completely, unapologetically human in front of a camera. Fans also called this a precious solo YouTube moment, recognizing just how rare it is to see Jimin appear in this kind of content on his own, without the full formation of BTS surrounding him. Hashtags like #JiminDanceInstructor and #HotIssueG trended across multiple countries simultaneously: Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Brazil, the United States, various European nations, all lighting up with people talking about the same video at the same time. Fan accounts were creating compilations comparing Jimin's intense, focused stage presence during BTS performances with the Jimin in this video who can't stop giggling. The contrast was too perfect not to go viral on its own. In the Indonesian ARMY community specifically, the reaction was equally overwhelming. Many shared the video with captions saying things like, "Jimin isn't actually an idol. He's just your old next-door neighbor who happened to accidentally become a world star." Which is honestly one of the most beautiful ways anyone has ever described the quality that makes Jimin so universally beloved. Fans praised Jimin's versatility and comedic timing across the board, with the consensus being that this moment further solidified his reputation not just as a global idol, but as a genuinely compelling entertainer who can hold his own in variety content with the same ease that he commands a concert stage. Now, there's one more piece of context that was happening around the same time that added another dimension to the entire conversation around Jimin during this period, and it's worth addressing thoughtfully. Around the same time as the dance video went viral, Jimin also sparked discussion by revealing his current weight of 59.7 kilograms, posting a photo of a scale showing that number, which quickly became its own trending topic among fans. This buzz was amplified by the fact that Jimin had recently shared gym photos with his BTS bandmate V, showing the two in workout gear taking mirror selfies together. The weight reveal also connected back to comments made during BTS's March 20th comeback livestream, where the members reflected on filming a Netflix documentary about their album production process and mentioned that they all looked a little chubby during that period. As someone who cares about the conversation around body image and mental health and entertainment, 59.7 kilograms at Jimin's height is medically within normal range. But what many fans noticed and gently expressed concern about was the level of self-monitoring that seemed to be present. The Korean entertainment industry carries enormous and often unrealistic pressure around physical appearance, and idol performers live under a degree of constant scrutiny that most of us will never fully understand. As fans, it's worth holding both things at once, celebrating the joy of moments like the dance video, while also remaining thoughtful about the well-being of the people we admire. What's genuinely beautiful, though, is that in the middle of all of that pressure and public scrutiny, Jimin showed up to that comedy set and gave everyone a completely genuine smile. A real laugh, real joy. That takes a kind of inner strength that deserves to be recognized for exactly what it is. Stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, why did this moment resonate so deeply with so many people? Why wasn't it just another celebrity cameo that got a few million views and then faded away? The answer lies in something that Jimin has always had, but that this video captured in an unusually clear and unfiltered way. This segment highlighted Jimin's natural variety sense, proving his ability to entertain beyond music performances. By embracing the absurdity of the situation, he delivered a lighthearted and engaging moment that resonated deeply with viewers in a way that pure musical performance simply can't replicate. There's an incredibly rare quality in entertainment, the ability to not take yourself too seriously, while simultaneously taking your actual craft with the utmost seriousness. Most performers can only do one or the other. The truly great ones can do both. Jimin on a concert stage is someone who pours every ounce of his being into every single moment of a performance. That's the serious artist. But Jimin in that comedy video is someone who can laugh freely at himself, engage warmly with funny people, and find genuine delight in total unpredictability. That's the human being. The fact that both of those things live in the same person, and that both of them feel completely authentic, is precisely why people from countries with completely different languages and cultures and backgrounds all found themselves feeling the same things watching that video. For longtime ARMY members, this moment carried an extra layer of meaning, because it wasn't the first time Jimin has shown this particular side of himself. Years earlier, during the famous carpool karaoke segment with James Corden, Jimin volunteered to teach an entire fitness class the choreography to BTS's On, complete with enthusiastic sound effects, and by the end, every single person in the room had nailed it. The thread connecting that moment to the hot Issue G video is entirely consistent. Wherever Jimin goes, he brings warmth, he brings genuine fun, and he makes the people around him feel completely at ease. And now, in 2026, after BTS navigated their military service period and returned with renewed energy, these kinds of moments feel especially precious. They show that the members came back not just with powerful new music, but with the same spirit, the same warmth, and the same desire to connect with fans in the most human way possible. If there are lessons to pull from a viral comedy dance video, and maybe it sounds a little dramatic to say there are, they might be these. Be yourself even when the situation is completely out of your control. Humor is one of the most powerful bridges between people. Genuine expertise doesn't have to make you rigid or unapproachable. And sometimes, a small, unscripted, chaotic little moment can leave a deeper impression than the most perfectly choreographed performance on the biggest stage in the world. So that's the full story, everyone. The complete breakdown of Jimin's viral moment as the world's most unexpectedly chaotic dance instructor. The video that made the entire internet cry laughing, and everything that made it so much more than just a funny clip. From a dance class that started with calm professionalism and spiraled into a dramatic princess carry, to the global wave of fans expressing overwhelming affection in the comment sections of every platform. This moment was a reminder that behind all the extraordinary talent and worldwide fame, Jimin is someone genuinely warm, genuinely funny, and genuinely, beautifully human. If you haven't watched the original video on the Hot Issue G channel yet, go find it right now. I promise you will be smiling for the rest of your day. And if you have already watched it and you have a reaction, a favorite moment, or just something you want to say, drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know which part got you the most. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who could use a good smile today. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to be happy.